Good morning, I'm Srihari. I'm doing internship at LEXIS and Company. I'm studying at Presidency University, Bangalore. My today's topic is Vicarious Liability and Tort. This is one of the most important topics that you study in first year being a law student graduate when you being a law student in first year college. So what is tort? Tort is a civil wrong that is committed by against a person or a property. There are certain kinds of liabilities that can come under tort of law that makes a person liable for him that is acted by another person. You would be wondering how it is possible, because some of the act which is done by wrongful act done by other person, how he can be liable. It comes under vicarious liability under exception case master and servant relationship. This is what today I am talking about, master and servant relationship and other liabilities through picking one cases and judgments. So if you talk about vicarious means acting or on their behalf. So the vicarious liability comes under law of tort, means liability because of some other action, someone's action, like master and servant relationship. So for this understanding, let's make some hypothetical situations so that you can better understand. For example, D is a owner who was traveling with C driver into bank for repaying the amount of loan to the bank. So one day what happened, when they were traveling, C, who was the driver, saw a person who he should be given money emergency. So he stopped the car. Eventually he did not think that the owner was there, D, in the car, and he ran to the person who saw. When the C owner was talking, the owner who was in the car was being very heavy pressured because due to the traffic jam, which because of his driver is being caused by neglecting the car and going to some other person. So here in this hypothetical situation, we can say that the owner has been liable for the act which is done by the servant negligently. This is known as vicarious liability. And other liability which comes under is known as strict liability. Strict liability is proved by the one of the case, that is Reliance versus Fletcher. This is also one of the liability that I think in this case was one of most baddest judgment to me when I studied this the topic under law of torts. In this case, a person was held liable for escaping the contaminated water to other land, and he was held liable for strict liability. So vicarious liability is other one case, same as similar to the situation where master is liable for the tort or an or unlawful act which is done by his servant. So there is a maxim that is applied in this. There are other types of vicarious liabilities also, we can say principal agent relationship, master and servant, employee and independent contract, or partners. So partners, in case of partners, there are some kind of extent that they're guilty. All partners are liable to some extent as the guilty partner, because in one of the case, that is him HAMLYN versus HOUSTON Houston. I'm not pronouncing because I'm not able to pronounce this properly, sorry for that. So in this case, the two partner that is bribed the plaintiff clerk, pursuing him to provide the confidential information to other employee firm. The court decided that both the partners are responsible for tort committed by only one of them. So here in this case, you can say a way kind of vicarious liability under partner. As I said, master and servant relationship, it will be held liable under wrongful tort for act committed by his servant during the course of employment. Obviously the partner will also be liable, because a master is liable for only act when the servant has been committed, but also the act done by him not only explicit authority. Like the principle of the respondent supervisor will be applicable here. Let the principal be liable. The master is liable even though the servant acted expression instructions. Thank you.